Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if this is your first time here. So this is going to be the bi-weekly twin flame soulmate reading. So the top row will be the divine feminine, or the quote-unquote chaser energy, and then the bottom will be the divine masculine, or the quote-unquote runner energy. So just kind of take it as it resonates. Either row could be you, so I always recommend just listening to the messages and seeing which row fits you the best, and then the other row would be the energy of your divine counterpart, twin flame, soulmate, whatever you want to label it as. Okay, so let's jump into it. I do have to say, or I do want to say before I start this reading, just like I say in my other readings, if you do feel like you have a codependent tie to someone who is no longer good for you, or who is toxic to you, or who you just know that your connection is just hazardous, you may want to take a break from watching tarot readings. I just never want to allow anyone to get caught up in that codependent energy, because tarot readings can sometimes feed codependency. So if you are, like I said, in a situation that you feel stuck in and you just don't know how to get out of it, sometimes taking a break from tarot readings can help you. So I just wanted to give you the heads up on that. I just want everybody to be happy and safe. I never want my readings to keep you connected to someone who doesn't deserve you or deserve your energy. So let me breathe into your energy for 1 second. We're going to start with the top row. I'm going to read the top row as you, just so it won't get confusing. But like I said, either row can be you. Okay. So the first card that's out is the Sun card in reverse. So some of you are just feeling quite drained. Your energy could be very low right now. I feel like a lot of you are trying to regain your strength from what I'm hearing. Like, you're trying to be positive. You're trying to think positive. You are just trying to move away from that lower vibrational energy, but it can be very difficult for you. This could be the direct result of this Judgment card. The Judgment card talks about a decision that was made. So it's possible that a past decision is weighing on you right now. So it could have been the decision that your counterpart made in regards to you, your soulmate or twin flame. The decision that they've made, or the decisions they have been making, can just really be eating away at you, or just causing you to be drained. For some of you, you're regretting a decision that you made in regards to your twin flame or soulmate connection, and that's something that could be weighing on you quite heavily as well. When it comes to that sort of energy where you feel like you messed up, or you have some sort of guilt or shame, I just like to work through that energy by reminding myself that no amount of beating myself up is going to change the past. Honestly, shaming yourself is quite pointless, because like I said, it doesn't change the past. It doesn't make you feel better. It doesn't cause you to create anything good in your life. Like, the energy that comes from shame, nothing good comes from it. So you're needing to try your best to forgive yourself and let it go. If this is a decision that they made on their end that's causing you to feel this drained, sort of tired energy, because you're just exhausted every time you think about it, that's a clear indicator that it's time to forgive and let it go as well. Doesn't mean that they're justified with their actions. Doesn't mean that you have to make excuses for them, or because some people, when they hear me say, oh, forgiveness, you need to forgive, they think I'm talking about like forgive and forget and let them back into your life and let them mistreat you. And it's not that at all. Forgiveness has nothing to do with that. Forgiveness to me is just all about letting go of that energy that has been really weighing on your heart and draining you. It's just some people, some of you, this has just been very heavily on your heart, and it's time to let it go, because it's not fair to you anymore that you have to continuously carry this. For some of you, you could be questioning the Most High, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, and just kind of asking, why are things happening the way they are? And you're needing to trust that everything is happening in divine order with divine timing. Even if you don't understand, later on you are going to understand why things are happening the way that they are. Things are going to start to reveal themselves to you. With the Eight of Swords being here, to me, this Eight of Swords is talking about you getting out of a mental prison, which is a good thing. I think it's a lot of you finally realizing that you have the key, to remove yourself from this mental prison. I think that for a long time, okay, something's going on in my throat here, so this could be an indicator that some of you are needing to speak up in some way, but I'll see if anything else comes through for that later on. But like I was saying, the Eight of Swords to me here is basically telling me that a lot of you are finally realizing that the mental prison that you have been in, you have the key to get out of it. A lot of you could have thought that your counterpart held the key for you. Like, okay, I need them to come back and to basically free me from this mental prison. I need them to come back and tell the truth, or I need them to come back and be sorry and apologetic, and then that's when I'll feel better. But it could very well be part of your life path or your soul's lesson to learn how to free yourself from this mental energy and not need that other person to come back and free you. So this is definitely going to teach you how to be stronger. It's going to teach you how to be more independent when it comes to your emotions. Because just think about it. If you're able to get through something like this, it's like, you know, what is it that you can't get through? You know, it's like when you're able to free yourself from that strong of a mental prison, it's like nothing in life can ever imprison you again, you know? The Moon card is also here in the reverse. With the Moon and the Sun being in reverse, this just lets me know that your masculine and feminine energy is off balance. And when I say masculine and feminine energy, I mean the energies that are within you. So we have our feminine side that is more creative, more intuitive, like, you know, when we're meditating, when we're getting messages from source, you know, things of that sort. When we are being creative, it's like that's your feminine energy coming through, like the sensitive side of you. Like when people say that they're in touch with their feminine side, they're talking about their sensitive emotional side. Now we also have the masculine side of us, which is like the logic, the action, you know, like when we're out and making our money and you know, networking, and when we're using our logic over anything else to make smart decisions, when we're putting up boundaries, it's like that's when we're in our masculine energy. We have both within us and they need to be balanced, or else we will feel imbalanced. So when they are imbalanced, it can go both ways. You can have too much feminine energy, meaning that you're too sensitive to the point where it's like you feel everything, like you absorb other people's energy because your energy field is just so open and you don't have any boundaries and you let people in too easily, or you are so sensitive or hyper, is that a word? Hyper reactive, like to the point where you kind of react based off of emotions without thinking. Or on the flip side of that, you could have too much masculine energy where you have completely closed your heart off and you're only making decisions based off logic. You're only making decisions based off of common sense instead of making it based off of what's good for you in your heart. A good example that comes to me immediately is the movie I, Robot, where Will Smith basically says that he hates robots because they are not humans and they don't have a heart. So basically when him and this other little girl was drowning in the movie, the robot chose to save him instead of the little girl. And basically the way that the robot came to that conclusion was because it calculated the percentage or the percentage in their mind of which person had the most likely which one would most likely live. So for example, I'm not sure of the exact numbers, but they said like, oh, the robot said that Will Smith had a 50% chance of survival and the little girl had a 10% chance of survival, so they saved Will instead of the girl. And Will Smith was really pissed off about it because he was just like, that's why I don't fuck with robots, because if they had a heart, they would know that just because I had a higher chance of living, that they still should have saved the girl instead. And that's when, like I said, that's that logic being in overdrive and not using your heart. So that was kind of a long example. I hope I didn't lose you. But yeah, like I said, there's a need for you to balance those out in order for you to make smart decisions. So some of you, I'm guessing since this is imbalanced within you, that it's imbalanced outside of you as well. So some of you are taking on one energy and then your counterpart is taking on the other. So you could be, like I said, very hypersensitive at the moment. You know, just your masculine energy is just not in tune. Like you just are making decisions strictly from the heart, and it could be harmful decisions, you know, just letting people in too easily, letting people cross those boundaries, just being very reactive. And then on the flip side of that, your counterpart could be logical to the point where they're like, okay, let's weigh this out logically. All right, this is the decision I'm going to make. So they can make the decision to like cut you off or to just do something that is just, you're just like, what the hell? Why would you do that to me? That's so heartless. And it's because they're not using their heart. They're literally like the robot in the movie, using their logic only. So it can be very harmful. And one of the main points of this journey is to help to balance out that masculine and feminine energy within. So as you're healing, you're balancing those energies out, and as they're healing, they're balancing those energies out. Also with the moon card being here in reverse, I feel like for a lot of you, you feel like you're in the dark about something. You feel like there's something you don't know, or like there's a secret. Trying to see what else I'm picking up from that. I don't know, I'll have to clarify. I'm going to clarify all of these in the extended. So I'll clarify that in the extended. Moving on to the divine masculine or the runner energy at the bottom row. So the first card out is the Queen of Swords. Okay, like I said, someone who is using their logic. I mean, you can even see with the Queen of Swords card, you know, she's ready to cut your ass. You know, she's like, I dare you, come over here so I can cut you the hell up with my with my words. Or it's really not funny, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about it when I was teaching my sister about tarot cards. And when I pulled the Queen of Swords, I'm like, yep, this is my card right here. Because the Queen of Swords is like someone who just doesn't take any bullshit. It doesn't take any nonsense. But sometimes it's not in a good way. Sometimes like this is in a way that is, like I said, they use their logic only, and they can be very cold and they can be very cruel because of this. So sometimes that's not a good thing. So that's the energy that your counterpart is taking on. I feel like a lot of them are cutting things out of their life as well right now. They could be cutting people out of their life. They're just like really making some serious decisions with that Queen of Swords card coming up, and they're being ruthless with these decisions. Like they're sure of these decisions, they're going to make them, and they're going to stick to them. I don't think these decisions have anything to do with you, because I'm not feeling that it is. It could be someone that they are involved with currently, or it could be friends that are around them, or family. I feel like those are the people that they're making a decision on at this time. The Page of Pentacles comes out in reverse. So the Page of Pentacles in reverse, immediately I'm hearing like afraid of starting over, or someone who's pissed that they have to start over because they invested in something that wasn't worth their time, or they invested in something that didn't give them the return that they wanted. And so they're like pissed that they have to start over. That's what I'm hearing, just being pissed. The Seven of Swords is here. I'm thinking that someone might have deceived this person, might have deceived them or betrayed them in some way. Because I'm not picking up that this is their energy. Seven of Swords, yeah, it's weird because like usually the Seven of Swords, I pick up that that's their energy, that they've done something sneaky or wrong. But I'm thinking that someone else might have done something to them, because I feel like they're angry that they have to start over, or it could possibly be that they did something and the other person caught them and now they have to start over. But I don't think it's that. Like I really just feel this energy of them realizing that they've been deceived in some way, or that they've deceived themselves, that they've been deceived in some way, like their mind has played tricks on them or something along those lines. Three of Cups being there, I know that I try to stay far away from this interpretation of the Three of Cups, like, oh, it's a third party situation. I try my hardest to stay away from that interpretation, because the Three of Cups, it doesn't have to mean that, but in this case I feel like it means that. It could very well mean a third party situation that they were involved in, like a triangle that they had you involved in, hence why a judgment call may have had to be made. I'm sensing a triangle. What's underneath this Three of Cups? Five of Cups. Yeah, this is a triangle. This is a triangle. When I see the Three of Cups and the Five of Cups, to me that always talks about someone who monkey bars. You know, like when you are on the jungle gym and you swinging on the monkey bars and you don't let the bar behind you go until you've held on to the next one. So it's like someone who jumps into another relationship before they heal, and then they find someone else and they jump into that before they heal. It's like they have to have a new person in their life before they can let go of the old one, because they're like afraid of being alone, or they don't want to feel the emotion of having to deal with a breakup or a separation. So the person, your counterpart, is like this. You may not even realize that they're like this, because they can come across as kind of aloof or emotionally closed off. So you're probably thinking to yourself, no, that's not them. They're not the type that's like that. They present themselves as someone who doesn't need love at all. It's not true. Deep down inside, like I said, they do monkey bar. They are kind of like talking to someone else, and then they move in that direction when they're done with who they're done with. Even though they try to put on this front that they don't need anybody, clearly they do, if they're not wanting to be alone. But like I said, I feel like some of them are, like I said, I keep hearing pissed that they are having to start over in some way, shape, or form. I need to clarify that Seven of Swords. and then I'll clarify the rest of the cards in the extended, but that Seven of Swords is going to drive me nuts. What is the Seven of Swords here? Why is the Seven of Swords here? Okay, I'm hearing a very specific message too, that some of you, like I said, feel like there is some sort of secret that you don't know. You're picking up on their energy because they could be finding out some sort of secret and it's spilling over into yours. But like I said, I'm going to clarify this Moon card in the extended. Let me see. Seven of Swords. Courage. So this deception has to do with some type of cowardly behavior, like someone who was too cowardly to do things the right way, so they just went about it in a very sneaky, underhanded way. You know how somebody, like, they're too scared to tell you, like, that they want to be with someone else, so then they sneak away? That's what something is going on like that in their environment. I don't think it has anything to do with you. I'm not thinking that you're the one who snuck away. And if your person snuck away from you and did some underhanded shit, I don't think that's what's coming up. It's something separate from you that's going on in their life, from what I'm seeing. Something that just involves a lot of cowardly energy. Okay, so we're going to extend this. We're going to clarify all of these cards on my Vimeo channel. So I'll leave the link to that down below, and I will see you guys over on Vimeo.